Well, hello, nice to see you again, and thank you so much for your time. Remember, let's start with the code. I know we are coding, but well, I need to explain too much for now, okay? And well, maybe is I you think you want more things, okay? Like create your first elements and interaction, okay? So well, let me do something, okay? I will delete the previous code. For example, I have other activity. Well, uh, um, let me delete, okay, these elements. I will delete other activity and second activity. I will put here delete, okay. The most important thing for now is delete anyway, okay. Let's let's delete everything, okay, and delete. Sorry, but I prefer to do these things, okay, because I know if you are if your video probably you don't know what happened, but my recommendation is see all the course, okay, because well, that's the correct way to understand everything, okay. And well, I am deleting everything about the previous code. Let me show you if we have an error or something, okay. And let's, hey, wait, we are lucky, okay. Well, let's continue with this, okay. I remember I am doing everything in this way because my idea is you follow all the courses, okay. You follow the path in this course. That's why I am using a lot of my time in this, okay, in this course. Let's create a text view, okay. That's the point of this course. Let's create a text view. We are working in the hello world, but if you see, let's go to the, remember we have the layouts, and the layouts it's inside the layout file, inside the res, okay, directory, res directory, layout directory, and inside of this last we have activity underscore main, okay. And this is a text view. What is the meaning of text view? Text view is an element to show text. That is the only well, the main objective when you are using a text view. If you want to show text in your application, well, the most common element is the text view. We have a different ways to show text. It's not the only way, okay, to show elements. We have more elements, but is the simple way to show text, okay. That's the point. If you see, we have the classic hello world, and actually, you know, this hello world is by default, okay. I didn't create that. The application, when I create application, we have a constraint layout with a text view element, okay. I will delete this one for now. If you see here, I will delete, save, command S or control S, okay. And this is deleted. Actually, if I execute the application, let me show you. Well, the application is empty, okay. We don't have anything to show you. Actually, let me show you, okay. We don't have the text, the hello world. Well, how we can create a text view? We have two ways, okay, with code or with design, okay. Well, in code is very easy for me, and actually I love it because if you see here, I just need to type the first 3 or 4 letters, and you will have the autocomplete, okay. I love the autocomplete always in like developers. A lot of developers love it. If you see, we have the text view here, okay. Let's put enter, and if you see, we have two basic elements here, two basic properties, okay, width and height. I will explain this in the next video, okay, about the width and height, but because for now we try to understand only the text view, okay. We have a different way to put the content here, okay. We can put here width, we put match parent, and in height we put grab content. Oh, Jose, but what is the meaning of that? Don't worry, I will explain you later, okay, trust me. And now you see we have a width and height, the two most important properties for elements, okay, in your screen. And now we see we have when you see the red underscore here, or when you see your element has a line, a red line in the bottom, is because we have an error, or maybe we have to take a look. Okay, in this case, if you see an element like this, you click here and you will see, okay, a couple ways to try to create a solution. Okay, but well, not always is the correct way. Okay, in my case, for example, I will put here, I will put ID, okay, and I will put here a name. We can put TextView. Okay, but if you see, we have an error here. Okay, the same thing, and we have this message now. This view is not constrained vertically. Okay, but it's not only this. Okay, the problem is not well, for now is the problem. The problem for when you are creating elements in the code is you need to create sometimes more properties, or you need to add more properties to these elements. And sometimes if you don't remember all the properties, probably you are in problems, okay? Because you need to try and try and try with different properties, and probably you keep the error in your element, okay? So when you are a new developer, okay, in this case in Android, my recommendation, I know this is very confusing, because at the end I told you, hey, I love using only the code, but well, I am learning too how the people, when they trying to start in Android, sometimes they receive more help from the design element. Okay, remember, this is the file, this is the way to see the file with code, but you have a different view here if you use design tab. Okay, the design tab is the way to see the elements if like you are working with Photoshop or Canva, okay, using the view. Okay, so in this case, for example, let me show you how you can add a text view. If you see, we have a palette here about with groups. We have the most common elements, the text elements. Like I said before, we have a lot of elements to work with text, okay? But we have a plain text, password, okay, because it's not the same as text or password. Actually, it's the same, but with different properties, for example, okay? So, like, this is the thing I am sharing with you now. We have date, and another thing is we have a very specific keywords, okay, for some elements. If you want to put a number, well, I think the most smart thing is I need to show you in the keyword the numbers, because it's very, very easy to understand. You will need numbers if you are typing a cell phone, for example, okay? So we have buttons, we have widgets, layouts, blah, blah, blah. Okay, for now, we keep in text. We select text view, and let's drop the element here. Okay, if you see, we have here a red element. Okay, is because we need, again, we have an error. We need to, if you see, the message is there, missing constraint in constraint layout, click the budget to retail. In other words, in English, and trying to be clear, I need the constraints. Constraints is this, okay? I need a way to say to Android, hey, this is the position. I need this element, but I need in this position. When you don't use constraints, because we are using a constraint layout, that's the other thing. Why we need constraints? Because we are working with constraint layouts, okay? So if we are using constraint, okay, layout, we need to put the element in the screen, but we need to use constraints because it's the way to put the space, okay, or define the place for the element. And if you see, now we don't have an error. Actually, if I execute this, let me run the app, okay, you will see the text view is with default text, okay, but you don't have to worry, you can change it. In this right side, for example, you have the properties. Okay, here text. Okay, we can say Jose Juan. Okay, and just update this. Let me show you. Okay, let me execute. Just wait, and here you see we have the change and it's working. So to define a text view is very easy. It's just in this moment is not the main goal to show you the text view. The goal in this video is trying to share with you more elements here from Android Studio, like the palette, for example, these new elements, okay, the component tree, okay, and try to understand why we are using the constraints when we are creating an element. It's because we are working with a constraint layout like the main container, okay, so that's the reason to define the constraints for the elements. Okay, don't worry, because we have time to play with TextView and more elements.